Hello and welcome to another episode of the Hypertrophy Odyssey. It is the first day of the week, aka the Command Man workout. I'm feeling very good right now, very excited for this workout. But anyways, to the main subject matter for today. Yes, I would love to be uninformed. So the main reason why I want to discuss this is because there's a video my brother sent me a little bit ago, and it was about a guy who's just like, yeah, I don't care about the world. I don't want to know what's going on around there. And this is an accurate take. I feel like this personally. So this is something I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to get into that in a lot of detail because I think that I don't want to monitor the situation. I don't care about the situation. Who gives a fuck? Nothing really ever happens. Only one thing has ever really happened once, really. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Like I was saying, only one thing has ever happened once. And because of that, nothing really ever happens. It's very rare where something does happen. So we're going to get into a lot of that stuff and a few other things because personally, I don't care. I don't want to be informed. And we'll talk more about that when we get to Mother Base.
Alright, so start this day off with dips, which are pretty good, but anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. I want to be uninformed. So the main reason why I wanted to discuss this is because this was something that I kind of still feel to this day, not necessarily in its entirety, but also as well, underlying something that is something that most people know, which is the idea that ignorance is truly bliss, in that I don't want to know what's going on in the world. I wish I knew less of what's going on in the world. Because you see here, when we discuss the world, there's two different types of world. We have the world outside of you, so things that are beyond your control and or even around you that are happening, and then there is your world, which is the smaller aspect of the world, where your people in your life and the things that are immediately around you and the things that you interact with on a day-to-day, month-to-month, year-to-year basis, they become your world, and that is where the cutoff I want to happen should happen. Of course, is this going to happen relatively speaking? No, because we have intermerged the both worlds to be forever linked together via the beautiful thing known as the internet, but as well as just any type of mass communication. We're just going to have to deal with that, which is great and all in certain aspects of it, because of course, great communications are a good idea, especially when we can get information traveled from here to there. But with that comes knowing things that realistically do not affect your small world whatsoever, to the point where some people make it so their big world around them that they have no effect on becomes their small world, and thus they try to change everything around that, ignoring their small world and never really actually fixing any of their problems in their world, trying to fix the world outside. But the reason why I wanted to stay uninformed, or generally speaking know less than I do now, is because knowing a lot specifically causes some type of watching something and just being bitter or angry or upset, or just knowing of something behind the scenes, which makes it so it's asking, why am I watching this? What am I gaining from this? When I try to watch a movie, whether it be something from the past, present, or future, I think all the entire time while watching this, what are they trying to message me in this? What are they trying to make me believe is true in something like this? And it's crazy because this isn't the only thing that's like this. Music is like this. Any type of media consumption is like this now, where I'll start looking beyond the mask of the things that they are showing me and try to see what they're trying to put in my brain, trying to incept me with. But it's a shitty idea because then it's hard to enjoy things. But not only that, I don't necessarily care about what's happening in the Middle East. What does that affect me? Oh, my gas prices are going to go up. They're going to find an excuse to make gas prices go up regardless of a war or not war, realistically, because the dollar is shit. Yeah, I could try to stay informed, but what the fuck am I going to do really about these things? Vote with my dollar? Yeah, right. That doesn't work, and it hasn't worked because more people can't do that all simultaneously. Of course, you can vote with your dollar in certain aspects when it comes to like entertainment, but realistically, when it comes to things that actually matter, all of it's controlled, so it doesn't even matter if you try to do something. That's why every time that some type of possibility of an uprising may be possible in the slight background, of course, it gets quailed instantaneously because corporations and other natural psychotic people who are in charge will say, hey, not today. We need more money. Our pockets need to grow. And it sucks because realistically, there's not much you can do about it. And especially when you see these things, you're kind of like, damn, I really just wish I could just turn my brain off, not understand what's going on, and have a good time. But then even having a good time, it's kind of like, why is this not fulfilling my life Why is this not doing anything? And I think that the more you stay disconnected from things and the more that you make your world a smaller place for yourself, the better your life will become, because then you can actually focus on the things that you see from day to day, month to month, year to year, and you don't have to worry about all the stupid shit that really you're just going to feel the trickle down effects that are usually bad. Because realistically, whenever you ever felt any trickle down effects that were good, when was the last time? I don't know, maybe in 2020 when you got a stimulus check and you got a few weeks off of work or something like that. Oh, but that also happened to be the one time where massive amounts of people started committing suicide because of depression, and many people ended up dying by themselves because they weren't allowed to see their families. Bunch of shit like that comes with like, oh yeah, it might have been good for you, but probably just as equally as bad for others. And really, why did I know all of this shit, really? You know what I mean? Like, none of the stuff that comes from outside, from the big picture world, is ever good. And I think that that's why I'd rather just be uninformed, because and then that way, if it comes, it's a surprise, sure, but at least I know if it's coming from outside my bubble, it's just gonna be shit. So what the fuck is the point of paying attention to it, just seeing the logs come out? It's like me taking a dump. I'm not gonna put my head into the toilet to watch myself shit. I know what's coming out.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped, also none. Got everything in, thankfully. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. No, I don't want to be informed. The main reason why I discuss this is because I don't care about a lot of the stuff that's happening around the world. Realistically, it probably doesn't impact you. It does in certain ways and aspects, little trinkles here and there, of course, like gas prices and things like that. But in reality, do you need to know what the Hormozy Strait is? Do you really even need to know? Do you know how to pronounce it? Does it really even affect you in your personal day-to-day life? Well, kind of, because of oil prices. But then again, really, everything is going to shit, really. All you have to look at is the enshittification of literally everything to not assume that cars aren't going to get that as well. I mean, they've already gotten it in the design option. Why not the fuel that fires them, really? And so it's kind of useless to kind of sit there and self-masturbate and basically rape your mind with all of this news about shit that doesn't even matter, or people that don't even necessarily matter at all, who are just there to take your energy away from you and make sure that you are lesser than them because you are paying attention to them and stealing your energy from you as you give them attention. They're literally like that episode of The Simpsons with the monsters where they get their power from the attention, where they have the just don't look, that entire idea. That's 99% of news and politics nowadays. You don't have to pay attention to mostly any of it. Hell, even local stuff. Most people that probably should pay attention to it don't give a fuck about it at all. They will see the news about it, but even then will never actually go and, vote or try to do something about things. But then again, really, they're already probably priced out by being a normal person. They'd really have to get a contract from a certain government agency or a certain government body that isn't necessarily part of the government, but is still technically part of the government, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, it's very interesting because regardless of where you go, people that are super into that type of stuff go everywhere. They exist all the time. But yet they are just kind of like sit there with nothing really else going on in their life. If you ask them, hey, what's happening in your life? What's going on with you? What's wrong in your life? Where are you lacking? They draw up a big blank as if, what is happening in my life? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And you know what? I don't want to be like that. I want to be more present in my life than I would be present about something happening. The last time I was super present in a happening was back in the end of 2019 because there was a funny little thing happening in China that just happened to go out. And apparently there's a second part this time. No, I don't care. I don't care if there's another deadly ass virus that's coming around. Let it happen. I don't care. There was already enough shit that happened the last time that I'm not going to let that affect me this time. I've just, no, okay. If it comes to be like the same thing as last time, I don't think that it's going to happen again. I genuinely think there'll probably be riots in the streets before anybody actually gives a shit about this new virus that's going around. I don't even know what the hell the name is. It's like Helena Troy virus or something like that. I don't even know. But I also don't care, and I don't want to look it up. I don't care about it. Don't try to get me to care about certain things that are happening far away in places that I don't give a shit about. Sorry sorry for those people who got it, you know? I mean, RIP, good luck, you know? God bless if you had to deal with that, but it's not affecting me, and I'd rather not worry about it. The cortisol levels need to stay low, or at least if it's gonna stay in a medium to high place, let it be because of things that I can actually control, rather than the things that are outside, these weird boogeymen that are just placed upon you and trying to make it so you try to do what their bidding is. It's really annoying. So I'd rather just stay uninformed. I don't really care. I'd rather see memes on my feed than see any news or anything like that. And I'll take local news because that actually does impact me. You know, if something that I like is closing or if a place is opening around me, that's actual useful information because that affects me. But a lot of the time, it doesn't matter. A lot of this shit doesn't matter. So I'll just stay informed. I'll stay ignorant about a lot of this stuff because you're probably better off if that happens. Really. It's better for you as a person for you to know less. It's just an interesting thing. We've come to the world of technology where we know probably too much because we don't know what to do with it. It's the Netflix syndrome. But with that being said, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one was kind of random, but one nonetheless. Just something that's usual on this channel. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Keep it heavy, stay safe out there, stay warm, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!